what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today, we're going to be talking about From Season 2, Episode 10. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what you thought about this season finale. And let's get started. First, we see Jade sitting on the front porch and he just looks defeated. Then Christy and Kenny walk up and they just look at Jade and go straight into the house. Christy went upstairs to check on Julie. I don't know why Kenny came for her. What he gonna do? Kenny was checking on Boyd because Boyd was just staring at the floor, just staring at the spot where Julie was attacked by all of those bugs. But Boyd just cut him off. He was like, you should just go upstairs and see if they need any help. He's trying to help you. You're the one staring at the floor. Boyd goes outside on the front porch where Jade is, and Jade looks like he just then gave up. Jade starts talking about how Julie shouldn't be in that room laid out like that. She should be picking out a prom dress. He goes on to say, there's just too much we don't know. It's like opening a book and starting from the middle. He starts talking about trying to figure out a jigsaw puzzle, but you have no helpful pieces, not even the corner pieces to get you started. But when he said the trick is to find two pieces that connect, then you'll have a place to start. And that triggered something in Boyd's head. So when Kenny came outside, he said, we have to go see Sarah. We cut to Donna, Dale, and Elgin, and they're outside trying to find Randall. And I'm surprised that Donna is out there looking for him after he just tied her up to a tree and held her at knife point. But she wasn't even really looking though, because how are you going to look for somebody from the street? You're supposed to get down there in the woods and the bushes and all the leaves and whatnot, but nah, you over there leaned over with your hands in your pockets looking if you see him. No, you're supposed to get down in there. I think she was just pretending to look for him for show so everybody can be like, oh, Donna's such a great person. He's always been such an a-hole to her. He done tied her up to a tree, held her at knife point, and she still went down there to look for him. That's what Donna want everybody to say and think about her. She don't really care about Randall or if he got found or not. But they split up. It was Donna and Elgin, and then Dale went the opposite way. Donna was telling Elgin, oh, maybe your dream will be helpful. And as she's telling him this, Dale's like, hey, I found it. So while they run across the road to where Dale and Randall are, Donna points out the fact that there's no dead monsters around. So the idea of those bullets didn't work, obviously. And then they discover that Randall is not dead. They look inside of his eye and they see that it's all white up in there. Everything, the eyeball, the pupil, all of it. So she's like, come on, let's put him in the truck. And as they go to pick him up, he starts screaming. Then they cut to Julie and she's screaming. And then they cut to Marielle and she's screaming too. Look at how crazy Marielle looked. She looked possessed. So whatever's going on, it's all obviously connected. Then we see Boyd, Kenny, and Sarah walking in the woods. And Boyd is telling Sarah about Elgin's dream, about how he saw a little boy in white that told him part of this nursery rhyme, which was the same one Paula kept repeating before she died. He tells her part of the nursery rhyme, but Sarah says, I don't know what that is. I've never heard it before. But Sarah tells him that she doesn't even think that that little boy in white is really a little boy. What does she think it is then? So Boyd tells her, well, now is your time to shine. You said you wanted to help out around here. Well, here is your time to help. So basically, get it together. So Boyd shows Kenny and Sarah where he was at when he saw Martin tied up on the wall and when he got those worms. And as he's telling them this, Sarah starts saying, the music box is here. I can hear the music. And she starts digging in the ground for the music box, but nobody can see it. They're like, the music box is not there. She's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Then her nose starts to bleed and she says that she can hear them screaming. Then she starts saying the nursery rhyme. They try to carry her away, but she stops them and tells Boyd that they're all laughing at you for bringing it back to town and for setting it free. It wants to hurt us. It wants to see us suffer. It got so excited when it touched your arm, and Boyd's trying to ask her, how do I stop this? How do I fix it? But she starts yelling out Julie's name. I guess she can hear her screaming. She says Julie and the others are dying, but once they die, it'll be too late. She tells Boyd, you have to make the music stop, but Boyd says, How can I stop something I cannot see? We get to the colony house where Tilly has formed a prayer circle. And I tell you one thing, I would not be in a prayer circle with old lady Tilly. She crazy. I don't know what's wrong with her, but something is wrong with her. But Donna was watching them pray, standing there with her hands in her pocket, like always. And then she tells this guy to go put the guns away because they don't need them right now. Then we see Tabitha telling Jim about how Victor's mom was going to the lighthouse to save the kids, and that if she helped them, then everybody could go home. She's telling Jim that she wants to go to the lighthouse to see if she's able to save Julie, but Jim's not trying to hear it. He thinks that this is a horrible idea because Victor's mom was trying to go to the lighthouse, but she never came back. But I tell you what, this is better than your stupid antenna radio idea. But Tabitha just wants Jim to tell her it's okay to go. So Tabitha went to ask Victor if he knew how to get to the tower. He says no, but I do know the way to the bottle tree. Then he shows her a drawing of the bottle tree and tells her this is how you get to the tower. And Tabitha asked him, is he able to take her there? And he says, I think so. What you mean, think so? You just said this is how you get there. We get back to the woods where Boyd says they're going back to town. Kenny said, why are we going back to town for when Sarah just said that the music box is right here? Don't you know what's at stake here? Boyd says, don't you tell me about what's at stake. You don't think I know what's at stake here? He said, we know more than what we did this morning, but Kenny wants to know what they're going to tell the people. Boyd says, we're just going to tell them we're working on it. We don't need them all up in a panic. We get back to Colony House where Reggie and Ellis are apologizing to one another, and Reggie is taking the blame for Paula's death. He was like, I was just in there making dinner. With what food? Was y'all holding out? So that conversation ends, and Fatima comes outside to talk to Ellis, and Ellis is telling her that he can't even imagine if that was her. And she's like, but it wasn't me. And then she brings up, let's get married. And I'm like, oh, God, they're going to waste our time in this finale with a wedding. Then we see Jade at the bar trying to put together broken glass. Then Dead Tom pops up talking about, is this what you do in my bar? Hello, sir. You are dead. But Jade isn't even fazed by the fact that he's talking to Dead Tom. He's like, this must be some kind of a stress-induced psychosis. You know, he is fed up, okay? I hate when they bring dead people back. They don't be making no sense, just talking about nothing, wasting time. Just asking, why this, why that, and drinking up all the alcohol. Why are you drinking up all the alcohol when you dead? But Jade is telling him that he's trying to figure out these symbols. But Dead Tom is telling him, don't you think you need to go back to the cave? Go inside of the cave? I know you don't want to, but don't you want to save Julie? You're telling me it took Dead Tom to pop back up to tell you that you need to go inside the tunnel? Okay. Then we see Sarah and Boyd, where Sarah volunteers to bury Paula. And before she walks out, she lets Boyd know that he's doing the best that he can. Reggie walks in on the guy putting away the guns like Donna told him to. But then Reggie cuts the guy's throat and tells him it's okay. You're just dying a little sooner than the rest of us. He's a psycho. He done lost it. Then we see Jade at the tunnel, and he has some yarn with him to help him out so he won't get lost up in there, but I have a feeling that's not going to work out. Once Jade gets inside of the tunnel, he gets scared by seeing this dummy that we've been seeing. I guess he thought it was a real person or something. Came out of nowhere. He does leave it there and keeps on walking, but it did look like he may have touched it a little, so now he probably bringing something back with him. We see Boyd in the church yelling at God, calling him an a-hole. He starts talking about Father Cautry and how his last words was a prayer. And he tells God, you know what, MFer? I ain't here to pray. He said, if you are more than just a bedtime story, then you would tell me why. Why you would make me think that I could fix this like I'm some kind of a hero when all I get is people killed up in here. He said, I'm a dumb MFer. You think it's funny? You up there having a laugh? I don't know about God, but I sure am. He starts throwing things around. He's like, answer me, answer me. And of course, Donna pops in. She always popping in somewhere. She says, it's a federal offense to tamper with a mailbox. I guess he done kicked over the mailbox or something. Girl, get on out of there. Let him finish. Christy is still taking care of Marielle, and Christy is telling Kenny that she's getting worse and that she's cold now. She says that they're all going to die there. Then Kenny starts telling her something that his dad used to say. He used to say, it's hard to see the sweater when you're just at the thread. And that maybe by what they do there now will help people who come after them. We get back to Donna and Boyd, where Donna is telling him that Ellis and Fatima are about to get married at the colony house, so come back with her. They're trying to make the best out of what they have left, and you should do the same. But Boyd is telling her that he's not giving up. We get back to the cave where Jade finds those same bald-headed kids that Tabitha's been seeing. They were in their sleep, so now we know where they've been sleeping at. Then they wake up and they start saying "on Cooey" on repeat. Then Jay looks up, and that's when he sees that same symbol that he's been seeing this whole time at the top of the cave. Then all of a sudden, the kids and the symbol disappear. Then we get to Tabitha and Victor at the bottle tree. Victor notices that the trees are different, but Tabitha cuts him off and says, it was a long time ago. Victor says this is the spot where he found his mom when she died, and that she wasn't able to make it inside of the tree. Tabitha's like, inside of the tree? So Victor goes and shows her the hole that's in the tree. He tells her it's the far away tree, and when you go inside, you never know where you're going to end up. And Tabitha remembers that Julie said she had to get inside of one when the monsters attacked the colony house. But before she goes inside of the tree, Victor gives her his lunchbox with some snacks inside. And I said, oh, that's so nice. For him to give her his lunchbox, that's a big deal because he keep that with him 24/7, 24/8. He don't never let go of that lunchbox. So Tabitha climbed inside of the tree. Bye, girl. And when she got out of the tree, it took her right to the lighthouse. We get to Ellis and Fatima's boring wedding that took up too much time. Donna was there, and Boyd showed up a little late, and he ended up walking Fatima down the aisle. They say their vows, but when Ellis says, you are my light in dark places, he was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Congratulations. We get to Ethan being annoying again because that's all he know how to do. He's like, are we gonna see Thomas again when we die? What about Grandpa? Then we see Reggie pulling a gun on Boyd. He's like, this is all your fault. You went in the woods and now all this is happening. Boyd is trying to talk him down. He's like, hey, you know, that thing he loves to do. But Reggie wasn't trying to hear it. He shot him in the arm. He was about to take Boyd out with that shotgun, but Boyd was able to shoot him first and took Reggie right on out of here. But now Boyd is injured with a hole in his arm. But we see Boyd go back to the same place where he first met Martin. He lights his little torch and it takes him back down there in the hole. He sees Randall, Marielle, and Julie handcuffed to the wall the same way Martin was. That makes me wonder, where is Martin? Is he walking around in the town and no one sees where he's at? Is he in a tree that took him somewhere? Boyd sees the music box and he's about to light that thing up until his wife pops up and tells him to don't do that. You're just going to make everything worse and make them suffer even more. She tells him that everyone in town will die screaming. And then that's when Julie, Marielle, and Randall start screaming again. And I said, please stop with the screaming. We done heard too much screaming. They're not only screaming down there, they're screaming at home too. Ethan's like, what's wrong with her? His wife tells him, hope is what makes you willing to suffer. And I'm already thinking this is like an evil spirit. Get her out of here. The evil spirit is trying to talk him out of saving everyone, trying to do some kind of reverse psychology, and thankfully it didn't work because Boyd didn't listen to her. He was like, no! And he destroys the music box with his little fire torch. And he starts stepping on the box, and when he destroys the music box finally, that's when everyone starts snapping out of it. Julie wakes up, Randall and Marielle, and they're all better now. So I'm thinking it was their spirit that was down there in the hole, and it was just their body that was back in town. I thought Marielle was a goner. I just knew she was about to die this season. When Boyd gets out of there, that same dog pops back up and starts barking at him again and runs away again. He always barking, saying whatever he's saying, and then running away. What you talking about, dog? Help us out here. Give us some answers. What you got to say? But Boyd is still injured. He was still shot with that big old shotgun. So I'm wondering if the dog is trying to help him out, take him somewhere safe, take him inside of a hole or something. I don't know. But boy, you need to hurry up, get to Christy so she can wrap you up. And we find out that all of the buzzing has stopped. So maybe all of the bugs are now dead. If they are, I wonder for how long are they going to pop back up? What y'all think? Maybe they'll be able to grow some food now, but we see Tabitha in the lighthouse. She's walking up the stairs. She sees some toys and she walks right past them because what's she going to do with that? But it's just obvious that Kids was once there. So as she makes her way up to the top, the boy in white pops up and tells Tabitha, "I'm sorry, but this is the only way," and pushes her out the window all the way from the top of the lighthouse. And I said, oh, she a goner. But Tabitha wakes up in the hospital. She's in a hospital bed. And I said, not Tabitha made it out. Tabitha done made it out. The doctor tells her that she's at St. Anthony's Hospital and that 3 days ago, some hikers found her in the woods. They found her lying unconscious on the side of a trail. All Tabitha can say is no, 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 no. And she looks out of the hospital window and she sees that she's in a city. She don't know where, but she sees that she's in a city and not in the one that she's been stuck in. So what are y'all's theories on this? Do you think Victor's sister left the town the same way? I'm thinking maybe so, but at the same time, I'm thinking every person leaves the town in a different way. If Tabitha starts telling these people where she's been, they most likely won't believe her unless she runs into someone who was once in that same town. But I think Tabitha will end up going back because she is a mother. She got kids there. I think she's going to go back and tell people what happened to her, and people are going to try it and it won't work for them. They're going to end up dying and not getting up out of there because I think everyone will be able to get out the town in a different way. Maybe Tabitha got out of there in that way because she is a mom and Victor's mom was trying to go there to save the kids. So maybe it has something to do with being a mother. I don't know, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode and this season as a whole in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.